Option Trader back at you with some more market analysis and a whole bunch of charts to look at today. So let's get right to it. So Friday we had some pretty good news. Spending was okay. The market INTC came out before earnings, and before the open came out, earnings did better than expected, guided higher, just blew the market up. Things just went crazy. Boom, took off, and then we sold off. I heard it said that week that most markets top are rallies top on good news, not on bad news. So just something to think about. I'm not saying that's the perfect top. In fact, I'll show you what I think here in a minute. But something to think about. That Intel blew our AMD play out of the water. Remember that long trend line play? If you look back, I think it was on Thursday's post. I put AMD on there, and they got blown out of the water by Intel. But I still think it's going to retrace back down to that long trend line. So I'll post that probably tomorrow or something like that. Let's get started with the VIX here. VIX broke our primary trend several times, and the secondary trend was holding real well, and it broke through 1, 2, 3, 4 times now. Okay, it's closed beneath it twice, although we did rally up a little bit more here. So we're just kind of in an area of indecision right here. Not a lot going on. Okay. We're looking to move to either side right here. We do have resistance levels all over up here if we do start heading back up. So something to watch for, okay? So let's go on to the Dow. The Dow, long term, here's the Dow. I got a couple downtrend lines to play with here. You got a steeper one here, and you got the long-term one here. This one's been taken out of play obviously a long time ago, and it worked out pretty good. This one's still in play. We still got our uptrend line in play here. This is a 5-year chart. I'm going to zoom in on a little bit here. You can see we hit this resistance here of these highs, and they've been offering pretty decent resistance, the November highs. Okay, so we've got a lot of spinning tops and dojis and stuff like that happening along this top Bollinger Band. It is kind of moving up, but it's mostly flat. Okay, nothing positives going on here. Volume's kind of peaking. It was actually a little higher on Friday, which surprised me a little bit. It moved down into the week and peaked up on Friday, so that was a little bit different. So anyway, something to watch for. It ended up being a down day. Like I said, that Intel news came out. You can see it formed a doji. We went to both sides of this market. Didn't finish at the lows, didn't finish at the highs. Very indecisive type of thing. We got the SPX. Here's this channel I posted on there last week. Here we go. Got this range. Broke through here. Came down. We got a whole bunch of support resistance. Real steep uptrend line that we've been following. So we're back in this channel. We blew right back into it. Retested here. This would have been a nice play. I didn't catch it. Didn't call it. Didn't see it. So I can't say I did. But anyway, this would have been a great little up move play right here to see this. You could watch, see if it holds, breaks through, come to this trend line. I think we're going to eventually soon retest this uptrend line right here, probably in this resistance and trend right in this area. Okay, just have a feeling we're topping here a little bit. It's very, very choppy, just like this move here. Okay, back in June, which led us to our little down move before our next rally. This looks like the same type of thing going on here. You know, we had a little bump coming into it, had a little bump coming into it. So let's keep an eye on that. All right, and the NASDAQ, pretty similar. Got a little more of a wedge pattern going off these trend lines. We broke back into it. This line's, we've gotten pretty good. A little bit of resistance here coming into it. Definite support coming into it. Definite resistance coming into it again. All right, so same thing. I'd be looking for this to move back down into here. You're going to find some support here. You're going to find some support here. Whether it's going to be strong or minor, we'll have to wait and see. Okay. So anyway, if you look long term, we broke back into it. We closed right on the top of it. For a long term line like this, to be perfectly right on it is rare. To be in the area is what we're mostly looking at. Again, I'm looking for us to eventually here pretty soon retest this uptrend line right here. To show that, we're going to jump into the Q and to the spiders. Okay, just so you see the volume action here. See how the volume's kind of declining here. Same type of thing, but look on the Qs. Even more curious than the NASDAQ. Look how perfectly we hit that resistance up there. All right, and this is the one I drew in last week. Coming down here, you notice I ignored this little peak up here because it was just a little pop. All the resistance was along this line here, and We came up, hit it, pulled right back off of it, hit this resistance. This looks more bearish to me than even the NASDAQ does. Okay, so this cues, I'd be looking for this to retest this uptrend line very soon. Very soon. And I probably think it might hold. So I'll have to watch what happens when we hit it. If we have a nice volume peak going down into it, it may fall. If we wait till after Labor Day, or is it Labor Day? Yeah, if we wait till after Labor Day, it may fall. Same thing on the spiders, which I showed in last week's chart. Come on, baby. Computer slow. I have about 50,000 windows open. Pretty much same thing. Come in the channel, come up here. We haven't quite hit it here on the spiders yet, so we're getting darn close though. But we're right there, okay? Close enough to call it good. Close enough for government work, all right? Same thing. If we hit it, I'm thinking we're probably going to retest this uptrend line. We'll probably blow through this and retest this uptrend line. And that may cause us our bounce to break up and break out on this thing. Okay? So that's what we're looking like on the indices and the indicators, or some of the big ones here. Let's go on to some trades. All right? So I'm looking at consolidation, followed by probably a breakdown, followed by another little rally. All right, let's start with something simple. Here's an IRM, Iron Mountain. Just a nice bearish engulfing candle here. Just a nice bearish engulfing candle. Now I'd be a little bit cautious because you got one here. It's not quite bearish engulfing. It's pretty darn close. More of like a tweezer's bottom, but it rallied off of there. This one is no question bearish engulfing candle. Looks really good after an uptrend. It's in context. I wouldn't be surprised to see this thing drop down to 2750 area, maybe 28 area. Okay, so that's IRM. Next one, MON, Monsanto. Kind of a complex chart. This is one that we've played before. We're into a new downtrend right here. Hit it for the third time. Got an uptrend here. Hit it for a third time. So 3 and 3. We're ready for a breakout. We're right in that area. I'm going to be watching this for a breakout. This has been flat going down. I would almost say this is probably going to break down to the downside. All right, and probably going to retest the 200 moving average right in here, which is going to be the 79 area. Okay, so that's what we'll be looking for. Maybe another move up and then a drop down there. If we wait and it doesn't happen soon, then it's probably going to be with the rest of the market that we're going to see it happen. Okay, so this is BMC software. I like this because it's a real party bearish engulfing. You want to look at it? Look at that thing. That's a pretty one right there. Right on the top Bollinger Band. Real good reversal area. This stock isn't super volatile intraday. I mean, it has big intraday moves, but it's a pretty steady stock. I highlighted this because this is a similar bearish engulfing, which led us to a nice move down. I mean, it closed that day at 34.16, and it went all the way down to 32.50. So you got a $2 move off of that one there. And if we hold to form, go to the bottom Bollinger Band, we're looking at a 33.50 move, somewhere in there. Probably a little bit higher, probably 33.75 or something like that. Definitely playable. Definitely shortable. Okay, so that's BMC. NEM is the next one. NEM, just a nice wedge. Got a nice hanging man on the top of the wedge. We could see it break out. I don't think so. It looks like this has been holding on pretty good support. I'd be looking for this to drop from here. This is pretty gappy stock, so just be cautious with it. It's going to open high, open. So I probably wouldn't hold it overnight, but just because of the gaps it's got in it. But it could be definitely a nice little quick intraday play for you. WFR is the next one. Just a nice little channel here. Again, I ignored this noise up here because this made the most sense, and this makes the most sense down here. We're on top of the 200 moving average. Could see this thing. It looks like it had a nice doji and then a hanging man, so it might drop back down and test this a couple more times before heading up. But I'd be watching this for an up move. Okay, be watching this for an up move. It's in an ascending channel here. We got the 200 moving averages come into play. It's broke through it once, held. It looks like it broke through it again here and here, so it may be trying to break the 200 moving average. I'm thinking it might hold a support. Let's see if we can test this top one more time. I know we'd be pushing our luck here. That's a lot of top testing, but anyway, we'll see. That's what I'm saying. BMY, I just like this for continued down move. Bristol Myers Squibb, nice doji, gap down, rallied up a little bit, could move up another day, and then that'd be a really good entry point for another short on here, and I'll probably break this 2150. All right, just because of the gap up, just because of the momentum. It's not a real chart play right now. I just think it's in the move. All right, let's finish with one more. PCP, Precision Cast Parts. You're saying what? I know. It was just one I found. Just looking at charts, $93 stock. Another simple trade. Got a real nice uptrend right here, and then nice uptrend. But what do we got here? Lo and behold, we got nice tweezer tops right there. I mean, look at that thing. Nice little tweezer tops action right there. Bang. All right. Outside the top Bollinger Band. I think this thing needs to drop back down and retest this line. Maybe break it. I mean, we had pretty good volume on this day here on this up move, so probably not. A lot lower volume on the down day, but I like a retest. On the retest, I'd be looking for an up move. Okay, so there's some praise for you to work at. There's some charts for you to see. Let's trade well. I think this next week's probably going to be pretty dull. Friday's going to be a big day. A lot of news coming out Friday, but the rest of the week we're going to have a little bit of moves here and there. Okay, so the week after that, that's when things are going to start happening. So this will be the AK Option Trader signing off. Trade well.